Yeah, it was me all along, every movie. Anyway, how you doing? Welcome to an Scream franchise ranking. I did say a couple of weeks ago I was going to do this, so I've just gotten around to it. I was ill, so everything's kind of like, a lot of things are set back by about 2 weeks or so. Got my cool Scream t-shirt on for the ranking. Thought I'd add to it a little bit. Nice t-shirt, as you can see there. Always like Scream. One of my earliest horror movie memories is watching like Scream, the first one in about 1996 when it was released. Watching the video, I think. Yeah, very young at the time. Thought it was quite like, not necessarily the scariest thing ever, but you know, very gory and stuff and bloody. Yeah, that's quite an early memory for me. Um, it's come back over the past sort of 2 years. They did the requel, the Scream 2022, and then in 2023 they did Scream 6, so we're back. They also tried a television series, I think it was 2015, the MTV era of Scream. You know, they did like 3 seasons. The first 2 seasons even have a different ghost face mask, which I thought was terrible. I didn't like the new mask. I didn't like the show either. Not nowhere near as gory and like as smart as the films. They tried to be in some aspects, but yeah, the TV show just didn't work for me. The MTV show. I don't think I even watched the second season. I watched the first season, skipped the second, which is kind of a continuation of the first one. Then I randomly watched the third one, which has all new characters in it, and they actually brought the original Ghostface killer mask back for the third season. That was like a shorter season. Can barely remember it though now, but yeah. As far as the franchise goes, good franchise. Scream, created by Wes Craven, first film released in 1996. It's a meta horror. It's very self-aware. You know, like I think most people know Scream. You know, it's got a lot of in-house jokes and humor, and it's quite smart for what it is. It's aware of itself. Basically, you're watching victims who know they're in kind of like a slasher movie, if you will. You know, not to the point where they're breaking like the fourth wall, but you know, it's a self-aware movie, and the people in the film, like the victims, they treat it like they're in a slasher movie, so they're always trying to figure stuff out and find out, you know, who the killer's next victim's going to be. Good franchise. Yeah, they belted a few out to begin with. They did the first one in 1996. Brilliant film. I think it was 1998 Scream 2 came out, then 1999 Scream 3, or 2000 had a break. 2011 I think it was Scream 4 came out, or 10, might have been 2010. I'll check on the Blu-rays and 4Ks when I get to that. That came back. The first 4 are directed by Wes Craven, who created the franchise. Obviously, he passed away, and they rebooted in 2022 with a couple of new directors who did the 2 guys who did Ready or Not. I forget their names now off the top of my head, because I didn't research for this video. I'm just doing it off the cuff. But yeah, they did Ready or Not and some other films. Anyway, let's get into the franchise ranking. So the 6 films, forget the TV shows. I'm not going to include them. Haven't even got them on physical. Don't really care. Like, you know, I'll probably watch them one day again, like the first season, watch the second season for the first time, watch the third one again, but not too bad about that. This is a franchise ranking for Scream, the movies, all 6 movies. There's a 7th one on the way apparently, so yeah, I still think they have a certain quality to them. I don't think there's really a bad film in the franchise. I think there's like higher ranking films, obviously, in really spectacular Scream movies. Then I think there's kind of like the lower tier of it, but I don't think there's a bad one. But anyway, we'll start off with number 6 coming in last, and that is Scream 3. Got the 4K here, nice slit. I haven't watched it on 4K yet. This is still actually sealed. Seen the film a few times. Yeah, set a few years after the first film. You know, most of the characters are about like Sidney Prescott and Gale and Dewey, and some new characters as well. A lot of the film's on a movie set, which is kind of cool. It's a new Stab movie, which is a movie within the movie. They do Stab since the Scream 2, so they're filming a new Stab film, and yeah, there's some good scenes with Ghostface chasing people down on the empty film set. Thought that was quite fun. The reveal's not spectacular, because the person who's revealed as a killer really is just yeah, for the sake of it, but not a bad film, you know, compared to a lot of other horror films. Scream 3 is pretty good, a pretty good slasher, just not one of my favorites in the franchise. Coming in at number 5 from last year, 2023, is Scream 6. So this is the second one of the requels, the reboots. they're not like remakes, they follow on from the original franchise. And yeah, I thought this was okay. Set in New York City for the first time, so you're not in Woodsboro, completely new location. You got the character Sam coming back over from the 2022 film, and Tara, who's her sister, and those girls are in it. They're pretty good. Don't mind them as characters. Some of the friends are a bit annoying, but yeah, it's basically Gail's back. Yeah, there's no Sydney in this one. No Dewey, which I'll get to a little later on. But yeah, I thought Scream 6 was okay. Lovely edition as well on 4K. Yeah. Thought it was quite cool being set in New York City. And Ghostface even gets a shotgun. You know, they're in the store. Ghostface, he opts to get a shotgun, which I've not seen before. He normally goes for his trusty blades, but pulls out a shotgun, starts letting fire, letting rip in the supermarket. Well, the corner shop. It's more of a corner shop. And yeah, you can know it's quite a tense scene where the Ghostface is trying to kill Gail in her apartment. She's avoiding it, and he's really trying to make sure she gets murdered, or she's trying to. Who is the killer? But I won't spoil the films, but the reveal's quite good. Makes sense. Yeah, Scream 6, not pretty good, solid. I like the whole New York aesthetic. I like that it's set in New York, and the opening scene's pretty good with the actress Samara Weaving, who gets picked off at the beginning. I did spoil that, but it's right at the beginning. She's down a dingy alleyway, and you know she's meant to be meeting somebody, and then obviously Ghostface shows up. Okay, so in at number 4, the one that come before the last, this is Scream 2022. So basically Scream 5. They didn't want to look like it had aged a lot and wanted to appeal to a younger market, so they just called it Scream 2022. It's actually Scream 5. But yeah, I thought this was pretty good. Enjoyed it. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's very samey in tone compared to like the first films, but it plays on the whole nostalgia aspect. He knows it's self-aware and meta. The characters are kind of, you know, they're dealing with the fact that the new killer is trying to make a requel. So yeah, and Dewey, spoiler alert if you've not seen it, but Dewey meets an unfortunate end. Really good scene where Dewey gets killed, really bloody and horrible. And yeah, the main cast from the first one are back. Sydney's in there, and Gail, of course, and there's a new characters, Sam and Tara, and their friends. And yeah, it's pretty good. Like the kills. Film doesn't drag too much. Don't think it's the shortest of films. I reckon it's about 2 hours still. Yeah, but yeah, I enjoyed Scream 2022. Definitely one of the better ones in the franchise. Good note to come back on. You know, if you're going to do a requel or bring a franchise back, this is a good start. Yeah, enjoyed it. Yeah. Okay, so down to the top 3. Wanted to make this a quick video, just a little franchise ranking. So number 3, I'm going to go with, what year is it from? You can see what it is already, so. Oh, it's a year later after the first film. I said early 1998, but we'll go with Scream 2 from 1997. Direct sequel to the first film. Sidney Prescott's overcome the events of the first film. She's gone off to university. It's set on the university campus. There's new characters. She's got new friends to kill off. Yeah, Dewey's back to try and help out and protect. And he's not seen Gail for a while, and she's back, and their relationship's coming together again. But there's a new killer on the loose, and people keep getting killed, of course, in gruesome fashion, and getting stabbed and knifed. The opening scene's good, where they're doing the premiere of the Stab film, which is the film within a film. And yeah, some good scene in the theatre, in the cinema, where the couple sit down, they're watching the movie, and the guy goes to the toilet, he ends up getting killed. And then Ghostface, obviously, in front of a load of crazed fans, is this woman, played by Jada Pinkett Smith, I think it is. She's getting killed in the middle of the cinema. But because it's a big party, basically, a big premiere, all the fans are dressed like Ghostface, and nobody knows what's happening, really. And they think it's fake. They think it's just a gimmick. They think she's been killed, like, it's all theatrics, and they're just cheering and stuff like that. Then they realise, and yeah, good opening scene, good reveal. The reveal of this, the first couple of films, like, felt a little bit fresher than the later films. But yeah, Scream 2 in at number 3. It's a good one. I like some of the scenes set in the university, you know, in the stage at the climax of the film where the killer's revealed, you know, and Sydney's captured by them, and it's set on a stage, like a theatre stage, and yeah, it's a good one. I like Scream 2. Never used to like it that much, but it's grew on me over the years. So down to the last two now. Coming in at number 2, it's the first film. No, not really, I'm joking. Coming in at number 2, Scream 4. So one of the Wes Craven ones. Wes Craven directed the first 4. This one's from, I think it's 2011. Yeah, they brought Scream back 2011. A few years before Wes Craven passed away, he did this. Might have even been his last feature film. Not sure. I think this was Wes Craven's last full feature movie. Yeah, Scream 4 is great. It's basically playing on the, I believe it's the whole concept of being a remake. You've got some new characters in there. Sydney's back. You've got her cousin in there. You've got all sorts of characters. A lot of fun. Like I say, they're sort of playing on the fact that it's a remake. Somebody's back as Ghostface in Woodsboro, picking people off. Typical Scream fare. You know, Scream movies are very similar, I think. They're quite smart, like that they're self-aware, and they have all sorts of humour and like different horror movie tie-ins and concepts. But you know what you're getting with a Scream film, let's face it. And Scream 4 is no exception, but it's just done really well. And I think it's the second best one in the franchise. Good reveal as well. The reveal made sense, more so than even perhaps that Scream 3. That was not the best reveal, but Scream 4, yeah, fantastic. I really think it's one of the best ones in the franchise. And then, of course, the absolute OG, the classic, coming in at number 1, 1996, Scream. Great 4K, enjoyed watching it on 4K. You got all the original cast. You got the great opening scene with Drew Barrymore's character where she's on the phone to the stalker, who turns out to be the Ghostface killer. She's on the phone, you know, he's playing a game with her. Do you like scary movies? She's making popcorn. She's out in her house, sort of out of the way, you know, sort of out. It's out of town a little bit, I think, the house, and the parents come home, and obviously she's been murdered, and it's quite horrific. She's strung up from the tree, and they discover her hanging from the tree, looking all, you know, really, it's really gruesome fashion. She's hanging from the tree. It's very sinister looking and spook, you know, scary, creepy, and zooms in a bit on her dead corpse hanging from the tree, and then the film begins. He kicks in, and it's about people suspect Sydney's boyfriend is a killer to begin with, and there's some great characters in there. I was trying to check out the, yeah, so you got Matthew Lillard. He's a good character, very funny one. You've got yeah, David Arquette as Dewey. Yeah, Courtney Cox as Gail Withers. Rose McGowan's character, she's like Sydney's best friend. There's some funny stuff with her. Good scene where she's trying to escape from. She finds the Ghostface killer, finds her in the party in the garage, or garage. I'd say garage, in the garage, and she's getting beers and stuff, and she thinks it's just one of the fellas like dressed up as Ghostface, and she's like, you know, grab some beer and help me. He pulls out a knife. She starts trying to run away. She tries to get through the, instead of opening the garage door, she tries to get through the cat flap. She gets stuck in there. Ghostface turns on the garage door. The garage door's lifting with her stuck in the cat flap halfway through, hanging, and she ends up dying that way. So a bit of a spoiler there, but I think Scream's so renowned and everybody's seen it, you can spoil a bit. Great scene there. Great climax to the film where the killers are revealed. Again, great performance from Matthew Lillard. Yeah. Who else is in it randomly? I will get, just bear with me. I don't know if he's on the credits. I'm trying to find him. So, the Fonz is in it from Happy Days. Is it Henry Winkler? He's in it. He plays the principal. He's quite funny. He's got, you know, it's a small role, but he's in there, and yeah, great film. Absolute classic, really, from Wes Craven. He come, like, the original Scream's so refreshing to watch. It's the best one. It's the whole meta thing's going on. It's self-aware. Wes Craven really made a standout film here. This and The Nightmare on Elm Street are probably his two best movies, really. Even if the Scream's not necessarily, you know, there's better films than Scream in his filmography, I'd say with A Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream and A Nightmare on Elm Street are Wes Craven's two best creations. You've got this fantastic meta, self-aware, revamp of the slasher genre in Scream from 1996, and then of course you've got the brilliant concept of A Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984. And I'd say Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream are Wes Craven's two best creations. And yeah, I love the first Scream, it's fantastic. Yeah, I have to give it a rewatch sometime. I did watch this 4K when it was released a couple of years ago, but I'll have to get down to it. So I'll do a quick run through the ranking. So coming in at 6, Scream 3. Coming in at 5, Scream 6. I'm not coming in at 3, sorry, let me... Oh, I'm recording this a bit early. Coming in at 6, Scream 3. Coming in at 5, Scream 6. Coming in at 4, Scream 5, Scream 2022. That's coming in at 4. Coming in at 3, Scream 2. Coming in at 2, Scream 4. And then, of course, the OG coming in at number 1, without a shadow of a doubt, Scream. One of Wes Craven's masterpieces from 1996. Thanks for watching anyway. Might have been a bit rough around the edges on that video, but I just wanted to get this Scream ranking done because I did say I was going to drop it a couple of weeks ago and I didn't. So I felt quite bad about that in case somebody wanted to see it. So I thought, let's get it done and not delay it any further. Yep, big fan of Scream. Like all 6 films. Don't like the MTV TV series. Either any of them. There's 3 seasons. I thought the third one was better a bit narratively, and they did bring back the Ghostface mask, which was cool. All 6 films I like. Scream 3 is my least favourite, and I prefer the others quite a bit more than that, but I don't hate Scream 3. I think it's got some good aspects, like with the movie studio set where Ghostface is chasing people, you know, through the prop house and everything. That's cool, and there's some good stuff in it. Good franchise, Scream. Solid franchise. You know, if there only been 6 films, obviously we're going to get more over the years. The best 4 of I'd say, well, actually, I do think Scream 2022 and Scream 6 is better than Scream 3, although Wes Craven did Scream 3. But Scream, sort of Scream 2 and Scream 4, all directed by Wes Craven. They're the best. I think the Wes Craven Screams are the peak Scream. Although I do like these recalls, and I do like the fact that they've brought the franchise back and they've revamped it a bit. Solid, like pretty good, the new films. But I'm looking forward to seeing Scream 7. Don't know what it's about, haven't done much reading on it. I know there's been a few videos about it on YouTube, people talking about its production and stuff, you know, who they're going to cast and things like that. And yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I'm looking forward to it regardless. Anyway, that's my franchise ranking for Scream. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.